Welcome, everyone. It's Monday night, so you know what time it is. It is the Bluegrass Truck Series here on the Speed Racing Network. I'm your host, Danny Smith. Tonight, we've got a cutoff race for the next round of the playoffs. We're going to knock them down to the round of 8 here tonight at the Roval. And it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot to talk about, as we're going to 12 drivers all fighting for 8 spots here in the playoffs, and it's coming down to crunch time. Who is going to come away with the victory tonight? Maybe even punch a ticket into the next round. Who knows? Last week, Peyton Hubbard punched his ticket to the playoffs round of 8 as he took the win at Bristol, and you see he is locked in there as we look down the point standings right there at 12th. Alex Healy, the last guy in. He's got a lot of work to do tonight if he's going to get into the top 8. Kenneth McCullough Jr. is right there on the cutoff. He's got about an 18-point gap back to David Sheets, but really just can't afford to make too many errors. And so a road course is going to be a pretty big wild card. Peyton Hubbard sort of the a lot of folks feel like he is going to run away with this thing tonight, but you'd be surprised. I think you got to run 40 perfect laps here. You got a stage break, and it could really change the outlook of the playoffs in this race. Now, Peyton Hubbard's already locked in. You see he's there in green, so he doesn't have to worry about anything. But, you know, if you're Lucas Lyons, if you're Kenneth McCullough, John Mollahan, you really can't rest and take it easy. You've got to try to get as many stage points as you can and also have a great finish. If you're David Sheets, Eric Parks, Wes Wiggin, and Alex Healy, I don't see Wes Wiggin here tonight, and honestly, I don't see Alex Healy either. So those two, I guess we won't have to worry about those. But Eric Parks, he has got a good opportunity here to maybe get a win. If he get enough stage points, can find himself maybe pointing his way in. We'll see. But going to be interesting. It's exciting, always, the cutoff races, and to have them at sort of a wild card track is pretty crazy. You just don't know who is. Some people are better at road course races than they are, ovals. That could really change the dynamic of how these races normally go. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's take a look at the track here, your Roval, and you can see how it's laid out. You've got the 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 that are in the infield, and it's sort of a tight, Daytona's a little bit wider, a little bit easier to navigate, but this is a very, very tight infield, and it can quickly, you can find yourself in some big, big trouble as you come back out onto the straightaway on the NASCAR Oval 1, going onto the backstretch, and you got the chicane on the back stretch, and then you go on to the turn 14, Oval 2, and then you go down into the chicane before the start-finish line. Very, very technical compared to Daytona, and it's offered some pretty interesting racing, and tonight's probably going to be the same thing. Got about 15 seconds left in this thing, and we'll get through the grid and maybe yoink somebody up in here and talk to them, see what they think about this race. All right, let's get into the grid here tonight and see who's going to start on the front row. And starting first is going to be Peyton Hubbard, your points leader. Barrett Morton starts outside. You can see the difference of almost a second between Peyton Hubbard and second place Barrett Morton. Eric Parks is going to start in third. Cody Anderson starting outside of him. Starting in fifth is going to be Daniel Cunningham and Lucas Lyons. Starting seventh, Sean Kaiser and Chad Ross in the 8th position. 9th is John Mollahan, Jim Kaufman, rounding out the top 10. 11th is going to be Michaela Steffes and Jeremy Vaughn in the 12th position. 13th is going to be David Sheets, Christopher McCullough in the 14th position. Kenneth McCullough going to start at 15th. He's right there on the bubble. Needs a good night tonight. Jeremiah Hobbs is going to start in 16th. 17th is going to be Steve Page. Brian Terry going to start in 18th. And Michael Cole brings up the rear of the field here tonight. Well, I tell you what, let's see who can we talk to tonight that's right there on the bubble, and really needs to have a good race. We'll see. Let's see if we can talk to Kenneth McCullough real quick. He's actually streaming to his teammates, so we won't pull him in here. And we'll talk to Peyton Hubbard since he is the pole sitter. Peyton Hubbard, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, you're almost a second faster there on your qualifying attempt, so you've got some pretty crazy speed here tonight. You've already locked into the playoffs. What's your plan here tonight to dominate here at the Roval and have that momentum going into the next round?
I feel like it's going to be a two-stop race no matter what, so we're going to try and get that first one. Probably, obviously stage points is not really a concern at the moment, so just try and get that pit within the window, run some good laps, and then maybe get that second one in with some laps to go, and see if we can win this thing too.
Yeah, I mean, you're able to get that win last week, and I know I've been eyeballing this particular race, but talk to me a little bit about the stress-free, going into this. You kind of put a lot of pressure on yourself to be good here, and obviously deliver on what people feel like your skill level is at road courses. But, after winning at Bristol, you don't really have to worry about that anymore. Does that make you feel a little bit better? Do you enjoy that, or do you kind of wish you had that pressure to push you forward?
I mean, last season I hadn't locked. This was the race I locked myself in with, so it's kind of nice to not have the pressure. I can maybe push a little harder just to find some speed, just to see what we can do. But it is great to not have to worry about this race just in case something were to happen. So, but yeah, that's good.
All right, well, congratulations on your pole sitting position there, and good luck tonight.
Thank you, man.
I'll tell you, I've just really been dropping the ball. These interview questions have been pretty terrible here lately. But there you have it. I mean, just you could tell. I mean, even though he felt very confident coming into this race, he said it there at the end. It's just so many things can happen. Internet issues go out. If you have a bad race at Bristol, even though you feel like you can come here and dominate, being sort of a road course expert like he is, you just never know what can go wrong. And tonight, you didn't have to worry about it. It's got the most stress-free race out of anybody. Now, there's quite a few people that would need a lot to happen for them to be knocked out of the playoffs. But these stage points do make a big difference. So if you feel like you're safe, you're probably not. So take a look at the weather. 90 degrees, so not too hot, but not too cold either. Should have a pretty good grip right off the bat. May take a lap or so to get these tires up to speed, but like it's going to be a good race. See the Porsche safety car bringing them through. We're going to get going here. Take a look at the race analysis. Fixed setup, definitely not this one. I'm not sure what happened, but it's going to be it's fixed setup. It's going to be actually 40 laps and 16 lap for the stage, so I apologize about that, but 40 laps here tonight. Going to be a quick one. Only the one caution for the stage break be the difference, so who's going to come away with the win? I can't wait to find out. This should be an exciting race in these trucks. These guys will be sliding these trucks all the way around, and I think we might see maybe some tempers flare as, man, so much on the line here tonight. Come through the final chicane, and green flag is out for Peyton Hubbard. He's got Barrett Morton there right on his outside. Oh, 3 wide. Contact the 73. Already a big wreck into turn 1. They didn't even get to turn 1. Eric Parks dives it in 3 wide, and he's going backwards as, cautions are on. Oh, that really changes this race, but wow. What a crazy turn 1, and man, a little embarrassing for Eric Parks. I don't know if he meant to drive it deep into the corner like that, but if he did, that was definitely a little bit too aggressive here early. I don't know if he locked up his brakes or what exactly happened. Oh, it looks like race control threw the caution flag. Let's go back and look at that again on the replay. That was wild. Let's see here, going through the chicane. Number 3. Nowhere to their side by side. And yeah, I mean, it looks like he actually just overcooked it into 1. I thought maybe he was trying to go 3 wide, but yeah, I mean, he just cooks it on entry and just could not get slowed up. Almost ran into the right rear bumper of the 51 here. Watch this. You see Lucas Lyons scooted right through there as you see the 08 sitting on track just waiting on everybody to move, and Barrett Morton goes from second because of that contact. Actually says, excuse me, you're going to wait on me after you wreck me. But I mean, look at this. Watch. Different view here is you're going to see him. Yeah, I think he just cooked the brakes and just wasn't trying to do that. But unfortunately, that's what happens. See the 02 come flying in. Everybody trying to get those positions. Daniel Cunningham just comes to complete stop. So a lot of folks losing positions there after that incident. Yeah, you know, I just wonder, a lot of folks probably not quite sure that the caution was going to come out. A lot of times, you know, you don't run these races with the cautions on. So, you know, it's kind of weird to see the race control throw that caution. Normally, you just keep it going. So I think that's why guys were just kind of blasting through, is because they didn't really think that there would be a caution thrown. In the 02 of John Mollahan, watch here. On board John Mollahan here. On lap 1, turn 1. Watch this. Did try to check up, but a couple folks really just trying to get those positions. Lucas started in 6th place. Watch this. He was able to sneak through here. Man, incredible. So Lucas Lyon with a gift there. So he's able to get around that, and now he's up to the 2nd position. That's the easiest passing he's going to do all day for sure. So after turn 1 on lap 1, we've got Michael Cole, who is up to 8th place. Started in 19th. Stephen Page is up up 9 positions. Christopher McCullough is up 8. Jeremy Vaughn up 8. I mean, just so many drivers in trouble. Barrett Morton, Eric Parks, Jim Kaufman, all dropping back. David Sheets as well. And Sean Kaiser out of this thing? I'm not sure if he actually made the race. I think he was having some connection issues. I don't think he actually ever started the race. Oh, he did. Oh, my goodness. I mean, heartbreak right here. Watch that 24 car, or truck, excuse me. The 24 is actually going to miss the wreck here. Go down to the inside. You're going to see Lucas Lyon get through, and then Cunningham actually going to get stuck here. And Sean Kaiser just barely scrapes through. And then it looks like he has some sort of connection issues. I'm not real sure, but you see him, he's just clobbering the wall. He was having connection issues in practice, and he is out of this thing. I mean, he is gone. So, I mean, that's disappointment right there, as it looks like he was dropped due to packet loss. So, connection issues for the 24. That's a tough way to go out for sure. So cautions are gonna make this race take a long time. So I'm not sure what because normally on these road course races there's no cautions. There's local cautions that let you know, hey, there's a car that's off, and we do have the stage break. But it seems like here in Bluegrass they are electing to have full course cautions at the you know, at the discretion of the race control. So with that track being completely blocked, they elected to go ahead and throw the full course caution and let everybody kind of get damage fixed, get back going. I think that's a great call on a playoff race. But it's rare. It's very rare that you get to see a full course caution here at a road course. But we get the one to green, and we're going to go green next time by, so hopefully we get through turn one without too much issues. Eric Parks goes to the back as he's got massive damage. David Sheets as well. We'll take a look at the standings just to remind you where everyone is. And you can see there, David Sheets there in 9th place. He needed a lot of help to get up into the top 8 to move on to the next round, and that is going to end his playoff hopes at all, as he is back on track, but 1 lap down, almost 3 minutes of damage there. Eric Parks right there in 10th, basically the last playoff driver in this race. And I mean, that was him diving it into the first turn, and just like I said, I don't think that was intentional. I don't think he was trying to go 3 wide. I think he was, honestly, he just cooked it trying to you know, these lap 1 turn 1 type situations, you're probably looking in your mirror hoping that nobody overdrives the corner, then you can find yourself overdriving the corner. And it's funny how that works sometimes. So just a bummer for all those drivers involved. Barrett Morton, they're now back in 15th position, had about 40 seconds of damage, maybe not too bad. He didn't really make that much contact, so that might be good for him, but he's gonna have a lot of work to do to get back up towards the front. Peyton Hubbard's going to take the right side. We saw Barrett Morton really have a great advantage there. Going into turn 1, I mean, if Eric Parks didn't clean him out, I think Barrett had a really good opportunity to try to take the lead early. But playoff races are different, man, especially once you get to the cutoff. I mean, you know, I think NASCAR just takes the most boring tracks and puts them right at the cutoff races, because sometimes, you know, having a cutoff race at the Roval without it being a cutoff race would be an extremely boring race. And I tell you what, it always packs a big punch where it sits in the playoff order. All right, here we go. Restart. Lap 5, great restart this time for Peyton Hubbard. He's going to get clear. We'll see if we can get through turn 1 without much issue. Side by side for Cody Anderson and Jeremy Vaughn. So far, so good, it looks like. Guys already making some moves here. Great shots of these trucks going around this track. It is so tight that you have to be just so smart about when you turn it in, when you get on the gas. Not a lot of error. We saw Kyle Larson make that error last year into his playoff run. So we'll have a lot of opportunities to make a lot of mistakes. But after this first little restart here, after that calamity in turn 1, Peyton Hubbard and Lucas Lyon able to get away 1-2 as Peyton started to pull a small gap here on Lucas. That time by, Peyton Hubbard was 0.6 of a second faster than Lucas, a 1:22.5 and a 1:23.1. Go back here, I mean, in the cluster where Daniel Cunningham, Barrett Morton, Stephen Page, these guys dropped a few spots after that that wreck. I mean, Daniel Cunningham lost 5, Barrett Morton lost 9, so they've got a lot of work to do to get back up to the front. They are safe for the most part in points, and just need to really start this race and have a good run. I don't think anybody can really put Daniel Cunningham out of the standings, but I mean, it'd be nice to get up there and get as many stage points as you can. Those carry over into the round of 8, so those would be important points to have. Right now he's in 10th. He will get 1, I think, but he would like to move up. It's just so hard to pass here. You know, we see stock cars, they're a lot of fun to drive, but they are tough to get the power down and make moves. We'll see if anybody's able to do that consistently and able to move up through the field. There's Chad Ross, who's sitting second in the standings in that 83. Oh, the 56! The 56 of Stephen Page wrecks into the water barrels at the entrance of pit road, and that 56 is done. He is gone. No caution as he's gonna exit out and go straight to pit road, but man, a big wreck from him. If we can't go back and find that, see what happened. Looks like he just got loose off the corner. Check here on the picture-in-pictures, watching this battle between Jeremy Vaughn and Michael Cole. Watch right here what happened to the 56 machine. Gets on the brakes, and that brake bias just a little bit too much. And then when he has to get on the brakes there to not run into, I can't really see who that is. It's Michaela Steffens. Watch this. Oh, he actually gets hit from behind. I didn't see that the first time. Yeah, Daniel Cunningham gets into the back bumper of him. I thought he just got loose there, but watch right here. Just a big shove right into the barrels. So, man, that is no bueno. But out front, Peyton Hubbard's continues to pull away now after a couple of laps there of watching some different battles. 2.8 second lead for the 51 machine. So already doing exactly what he said he was going to do. And I think everybody will be kind of glad to see a stage break. But right back here, we still got a lot of battling going on. Michaela and the 04. Chris McCullough was a beneficiary of that first wreck, was able to gain 9 spots there. And you see from 14th to 6th, but starting to fall off here really quickly as he is about 2 seconds off everybody that's around him. So obviously struggling here at these road courses, but still in a good spot. Comfortably inside the top 10, going to lose both of those spots as Daniel Cunningham going to follow the 49 through. Let's do a lap with Daniel Cunningham here. Hard on the brakes. Try to get as close as you can to the curve. Go down to this inside wall. You want to be smart about the throttle. You can get loose there and then have to turn to the right. Get right there. Try to diamond out to the outside. Hit those rumble strips, but try not to hit that blue part. You see, using all the track here in this infield. Try to take this as quickly as possible. It's very hard to turn in there, and then you also immediately have another right that you can definitely overdrive. And then right here, you're trying to slow down. Right here to make this so important that you make that exit right there, because you have so much speed here and you can lose or gain a ton of time by making that exit just right. You see Daniel Cunningham gonna have a little bit of toe right here. It's a good passing zone. If he was close enough, just not quite close enough. being a little conservative on the brakes here early, not being very aggressive, not shifting down too much, staying in a higher gear, keeps those rear tires from spinning out. You lose a little drive off, but see, going down into the last chicane, stay far to the left, but you want to drive over this right here immediately to the left. Go across the start finish. But definitely one of the more technical tracks that's on the NASCAR circuit, I think. I think it takes a lot of finesse to get around here. It's a lot of high-speed corners, a lot of off-camber, lots of wide turns here. You see the 2 of John Mollahan going real wide. He's going to lose a ton of spots. Oh, that's the 2 of Jeremy Vaughn. Excuse me. He's a lap down. Mollahan is the 0-2. But still got some really good battles here in this 5th to 8th place, man. There's 4 trucks all over each other. Tate Hubbard now out to a 7-second lead over Lucas Lyons as Cody Anderson is sitting there in 3rd, about 6.5 seconds back. So top 3 and 4 kind of spread out, but these drivers right here all over each other. Yeah, and it looks like Christopher McCullough was maybe taking care of his stuff a little bit. I mean, we saw him get passed by these 2 right in front of him, but maybe he's picking up what they're doing and adjusting a little bit. I mean, ran at 128 a couple laps before they caught him and passed him, and then he has been running toe-to-toe with him. So it might help to have a carrot out in front of you, to know where to brake, find the braking zones. And man, Michaela gets really loose there out of that last chicane. Going to lose 1 spot, maybe 2. Christopher McCullough not able to out-brake. And he's going to do it right there, get to the inside. That's Michaela. Oh, Michaela going to get loose there into turn 1. It's going to spin it right here. Oh, backs up almost into some drivers. Didn't really need to back up there. I mean, spun out. Could have just drove to the right straight ahead, but almost backed up into traffic. That was a close call for that 49, and looked like Barrett Morton, Chad Ross. Good grief. Scared me to death. And off again goes Michaela. So a tough lap here for this 49. Going to try to battle back, but already multiple off tracks here. It's really been a struggle. Let's take a look at that replay from Michaela. That 49, she just gets out of shape and out of the groove. Going to try to gas it up a little bit on the outside with Christopher McCullough. Then goes down to the inside wall, then backs up on the track. Man, look at that. Very scary moment there for a couple drivers, but everybody able to get through without any damage, and so that's really good. Well, after that first lap wreck, Barrett Morton, who started outside the front row, has really good, had really good pace. We'll see if he's able to continue marching back up the field. Now, we'll get a stage break here at lap 16, so we're just 4 laps away from it. But you got to wonder, starting on the outside of the front row, that's a really good position to be in. Currently 37 seconds back from the lead. See right there. So Barrett going to have to get himself back under control, get that composure. He knows he's got a fast truck. He's going to have this stage break, which will allow him to get caught back up. He's in 7th. He's made his way all the way back to 7th, so he's definitely making a lot of moves. And once he gets caught up, I think we'll see Barrett really put some pressure on some guys in the top 5. Up here, battling Christopher McCullough, coming back with a vengeance in that 04 machine. I don't know if maybe he just had a bad couple laps and maybe heated up his tires or something and needed to, kind of get himself back together. But, man, he has really been turning the heat up here. right now on the track, I mean, everybody running very similar lap time. Let's go aboard with Peyton Hubbard. I mean, he is 3 seconds faster than anybody else on the track. Last time was 1:23.657. Lucas Lyon at 1:26 lap time. So we'll see what the difference is here. Of course, he does have the clean air. He does have the track out in front of him, but we'll try to see if we can notice where the time is. Watch Daniel going to get a go around. Let's see if we can watch Peyton Hubbard and see what it's like out front here, coming down towards the end of the stage break. Really attacking this chicane here. Let's see how aggressive he is over the bumps. You see no wasted space. What you don't hear is a lot of modulating of the throttle. You hear very purposeful throttle presses and brake. You know, he's off throttle with a purpose, and then he's hitting the apex just right, getting on throttle when he needs to. He's not unsure about it. Seems like he is very confident when he makes the decision to press the throttle. He does get in the wall a little bit there, but honestly, that's probably a trick he's using to help that car turn a little bit down onto the NASCAR oval. But that's one thing about it. I mean, him, Michael Kostick, other people that I've watched in the past, it's just so much fun to watch them because you expect to watch their in-car camera and them just be wild, slide the truck, you know, flinging it around, wheel going all over the place. That's the way I feel I am when I'm trying really hard at these road courses. He comes down pit road, making a play here to win the race, coming down before they close pits for the stage. So he will give up the stage win likely, but he is playing to win. I think this is a great strategy, is he'll be able to cycle back out to the lead. So exactly what he said he's going to do, but he's got a massive lead. He may come out of pit roads in 3rd or 4th. But Peyton Hubbard giving up the lead, trying to position himself for the stage break. Lucas Lyon, though, going to take over the lead. And if he can get that stage win, that is incredibly important for these stage points. But yeah, going back to these guys who are really fast, it's not chaotic. It seems like it should be, but it's always really smooth. And they're getting everything they can out of the truck or the car or whatever they're driving. See Lucas just a little bit more chaotic, but that doesn't surprise me. Having raced with Lucas and watched him race a few times, but still, I mean, he's really laying down some impressive lap times. Every once in a while, he dips down into the 124s, which is extremely, extremely fast. So he definitely has potential speed, but is not quite as consistent as maybe Peyton Hubbard is. Peyton Hubbard comes out of the pits in the 3rd position, so he's going to score stage points by finishing 3rd, and he's going to be able to cycle out to the lead. So you know, having a massive lead like that really affords you a lot more opportunities. Last lap of this stage, Lucas Lyons has a 7-second lead over Cody Anderson, who has also been very impressive. Right now, he's running lap times faster than Lucas. So some guys really hitting their strides here, and I wonder if this stage break is not going to let these guys reset and go back out there and they have a little bit more knowledge about how the track is in this session. Now, the track does change. You do have, you know, weather differences. We've got an overcast right now, which changes how the grip level is on the track. So if you practice a certain, you know, type of conditions, it could change. So you need to get out on the track, get a few laps under your belt, and you know, go back out there and apply it. I mean, that's the fun part about having these races be a little bit longer. You know, you go into do an official fixed race and they're so short, you don't really have a whole lot of time to make adjustments of your driving style, or be patient. It's just go, go, go. But these longer races really give you that ability to hone in your skills. Try some things, see what works, what doesn't, and then once you hit on something, watch somebody else, see what they're doing. Once you hit on something, then really try to apply it and make use of it. But Lucas Lyon's going to cross the start-finish line. He's going to take the stage win here at the Roval after just a beautiful gift into turn one, able to take that second spot as Peyton Hubbard comes down to flip the stage. He takes the win. So let's try to bring him up here real quick and talk to him before he has to go down pit road. I can hear him listening to the broadcast right now, like, no, don't bring me up here during my pit stop, so I just won't do it. Talk to him after pit road is over, but he is your stage winner. And, big breaks for someone like Barrett Morton, guys who had trouble there early. I mean, folks like Eric Parks. I think Jeremy Vaughn might get the lucky dog here. But those guys have a lot of damage, so I don't know if that's going to be if that's going to really affect them moving forward. I know Eric Parks would love to be able to get back rolling and try to make up some points. He really needs to get up there and win the race. It's going to be pretty difficult from here on out. I just don't think that's possible. So going to be an uphill battle, but we don't know what can happen. We've already seen race control willing to throw full course cautions, and so if that happens, that could be an opportunity that one of these guys needs at some point. Jeremy Vaughn in the 2. He is way back here in the 15th. I think he might be the lucky dog once we get caught up, so he'll be able to get back on the lead lap. I mean, that's big here at these road courses, having a caution to be able to get back on the lead lap, go all the way around. These are massive courses, 2.25-mile courses, so big deal. Well, your top 10 right now: Lucas Lyon, Cody Anderson, Peyton Hubbard. Everybody besides Peyton will pit here. Daniel Cunningham there in the 4th position after stopping on track. I think it's very impressive comeback for him. Up to 4th place. Christopher McCullough in 5th. John Mollahan in 6th. Barrett Morton in 7th. Chad Ross in 8th. Caleb Steffes in 9th. Jim Kaufman in the 10th position. Michael Cole in 11th. Kenneth McCullough in 12th. 13th is Brian Terry, Eric Parks in 14th, and Jeremy Vaughn in 15th. David Sheets, 16th. Stephen Page, 17th, and Sean Kaiser with a heartbreak of a disconnect there after some damage after that turn 1 wreck. Watching these pit stops as Lucas Lyon's going to come back out on the track. It looks like Christopher McCullough took fuel and 2 tires, the right sides for that an 04 machine. Peyton Hubbard reassumes the lead after flipping the stage there. I'm not really sure he even needed to do that. I'm not sure that he's so fast, but I mean, he did that with the thought that some other folks may try it and flip the stage and get out front, but nobody else tried that strategy, which I gotta say, I'm pretty surprised that somebody back here didn't try to do that same thing. So Peyton just kind of protecting against that, but stage points too important. Well, let's bring Lucas Lyon up into the booth and talk to him. Your stage 1 winner. Lucas, you got a copy?
I do, Eddie.
Well, I mean, what a great, you got a gift into turn 1 as the seas sort of opened up and let you get up to that 2nd position as that wreck in turn 1, just crazy on lap 1. And you're able to get up to 2nd, not quite able to keep pace with Peyton, but when he goes down to flip the stage, you're able to get that stage win. Big stage points. I feel like you accomplished exactly what you wanted to there in that first run.
Yeah, well, it's like you said, I got a huge gift going into turn 1 there with that huge wreck there. And, I try to keep pace with Peyton here in the beginning, but Peyton, he's just so good at road courses, man. So once he started pulling about 3 seconds, I started to save fuel to make sure I could make it to the end. And, he ended up hitting early, which is what he did last season, which I kind of figured he was going to do. So I'm going to try to keep better pace here and see what I can do.
All right. Well, man, congratulations on that stage win. Very big points day so far. And good luck trying to close this thing out.
Thank you.
There you have it, your stage 1 winner, Lucas Lyons. And he's going to restart in the, I think, second position. Oh, as Christopher McCullough goes down pit road. I don't know. He came in and took 2 tires, and then elects to come down pit road. So I don't know if he maybe didn't feel too confident about his choice or what. I don't know. Maybe he forgot to take tires. I'm not quite sure. But he comes down now. He's going to give up a ton of track position. Who was having a pretty good run so far. He's only going to fall back to 11th place. There's quite a few guys that are struggling with damage. So maybe not the worst thing in the world, but I'm not sure if that's exactly what he meant to do. But a good race so far. We're going to be right at halfway once we go green. Road courses are so quick. As long as we don't have any full course cautions, they should be able to click these laps off pretty quickly, about a minute and a half. So. I mean, so far, your biggest movers. I mean, Lucas with that really amazing turn 1, able to dodge that wreck. He was able to gain 4 spots, and then sort of been slow rolling. John Mollahan's up 4 as well, as Barrett Morton has dropped, but he's made his way back up into the 6th or 7th position. Expecting to see him move up through this pack really quickly. If he can keep that nose clean. Michaela Steff is up 4 spots. Michael Cole is currently your biggest mover, up 10 spots from where he started in that 8th position. Kenneth McCullough up 6th. And Brian Terry up in 10th. Haven't mentioned him tonight, but you're just taking advantage of these guys that are having trouble, and that's usually a great strategy. If you don't feel like you're great at, you have the ability to win at a road course, if you can just keep the truck on the track and stay out of trouble, you can usually finish really well. So. All righty, halfway, 20 more laps to go when we take the green here. So coming around to drop through the chicane. Get this thing back under green. We'll see if we can get a clean turn 1 this time. Come into the Geico restart zone. And green flag is out, side by side for the lead. Can Lucas put some pressure here on Peyton? They go down into turn 1. He's going to try the old switcheroo, and he's going to go down to the inside and try to get to the lead here. He's going to be outside of here of 3 and 4. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold it. He tried. He's going to really push wide, but he's still there on the left side of the 51. Peyton really having to push that truck hard to keep that 25 behind him, but he's going to be able to clear him right here. Does a great job as Lucas is still all over the back bumper. He said he wanted to put some pressure on him. This is the time. If you don't do it now, you may be in trouble. Man, look how close he's getting to the back bumper of that 51. He knows it's just a matter of time. If he doesn't get out front, he may never see him again. try to put a lot of pressure on him right here. But those two, you can see how hard they're driving, pulling away from the pack already. Cody Anderson about a second and a half back as it come down to complete this lap. Hayden's going to lead it, but Lucas had a really great lap that time by. Starting to lose him already as he is about 5/10 quicker Peyton Hubbard was that last lap. You know, I don't really see a whole lot of movement out of these trucks. It actually looks like they're really stable out there. I mean, we've seen some wiggling here and there. I mean, especially if you hit the turtles a little bit too hard. But, I mean, so far, the stability of the setup looks really, really good, I have to admit. You can see under braking, everybody looks really smooth and calm. I mean, just a little bit of, you know, wheel wiggle there. Just mainly, I feel like, for safety. Making sure everything is solid. The front tires are still on the ground. But I don't know. Ooh, a little bit loose there. You see Peyton really got that brake bias a little aggressive, and that truck was actually spinning down into turn one. He just did a great job of counter steering to keep that thing straight, but just a masterful job so far out of the 51. It's just a lot of fun to watch. Ooh, he blinks out. It's not good. So Alex Penn doing it, man. This is awesome. Got it, live points updates. We'll look at the standings right real quick. You can see there in the 8th position, Kenneth McCullough had about, I don't know, 18 points back to David Sheets, and that really hasn't changed. So Hubbard able to really gain a lot there, but Lucas goes from 7th up to 6th. And Sean Kaiser has had some trouble as Kaiser falling back after that deal. But it looks like, I mean, based on what I'm seeing, Hubbard and showing that Chad Ross is now 46 points above the cutoff, Cunningham 42, Christopher McCullough is 40, Ballhan 39, Lucas Lyon 39, Kaiser 36. Those drivers, there's no shot that they lose enough points to get knocked out. And currently Kenneth McCullough in that 9th position. Yeah, I just don't see David Sheets, who is one lap down with some damage. I just don't see David Sheets able to make up 18 points here. Even if something bad happens to Kenneth McCullough, I think he is going to be okay. And Eric Parks as well. They're just not close enough. And there's no more stage points to be had. Eric Parks is in the 11th position, but he has 23 points at the stage, 23 points behind the cutoff. So I'm supposed to build drama, but just mathematically, it's just not going to work out. It looks like the top 8 are going to move on to the next round. So no big movement here, as I just don't think David Sheets or Eric Parks has much they can do. But it doesn't mean you stop trying. You see Eric Parks really trying to be aggressive here, trying to make it back into the top 10 after that blunder in turn 1. Trying to get to the inside of Chad Ross. Got a little bit loose while doing it. But Peyton Hubbard still out front, 4-second gap over Lucas Lyons, who said he was going to try to run him down, but man, Peyton Hubbard last time by was 1.2 seconds faster than Lucas. So just impressive stuff. We'll go back here. Got a battle between John Mollahan, Christopher McCullough, and Kenneth McCullough. Oh, excuse me, Christopher McCullough. Oh, as John Mollahan goes wide there and going to lose 2 spots. He falls back to 8. He's going to go into the grass a little bit too. So, rough couple corners there for the 0-2. Right in front of him, Christian McCullough, he was really out of shape going back onto the NASCAR oval. Big line of trucks here as you go back to this next little group as, almost contact from Chad Ross, who is all over the back bumper of the 03. Eric Parks has gotten up to this group as well. But still some really good racing. It's a rarity that you have. Oh my goodness, Kenneth McCullough is driving the dog food out of. So let's go on board with him. I want to watch his steering wheel inputs, since he definitely seems like he's one of those drivers I was talking about that it seems like you kind of have to fling the car around. It doesn't really necessarily mean it's faster. You see, he just completely misses the corner there. He's going to go way out into the paint. He just can't get the truck to turn down in there. He's going to go out to the grass. Chad Ross is going to go around him, and Eric Parks may do that as well. Eric Parks now to the right side. So Kenneth's struggling here. We'll go back on board and just watch, but this is how I drive road courses. I feel right at home. I can relate to this driving right here. This is exactly how I do it. When I get on a road course, I feel like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands. But, I wouldn't feel bad if I was Kenneth, because he is an amazing, his team, amazing super speedway racer. So I hope he doesn't mind me calling it like I see it. But he's still running that left position. But, man, some of us just don't know how to do it. We don't know how to go right. It's just a struggle. He's doing a good job. He's running competitive lap times, but you can just see the inconsistency. It's so tough to hit all these corners right every time. And Peyton Hubbard, you watch him, looks like he's just so effortless, like he's on the cloud. But Kenneth, I just love him watching Kenneth, because exactly, he was doing everything I would do. Missing apexes and say you just don't know how to turn right. Hey, like, I don't know how to do this. I'm so far away. I'm on the left side of the car. He's solid in the playoffs. He's locked in, so he doesn't really have much to worry about. He can get back to a real track next week. Man, Ken is struggling here. Ken, if you go back and watch this, man, it's all love, man. A lot of fun. I just feel like I see a little bit of myself in you, because that's exactly what I'd be doing right here, struggling. Let's go back, talk about this 9 machine who is in the playoffs, and he, oh no, he's not in the playoffs, excuse me. Is he? No, he's not. He's not. He missed the last round. But came in here and qualified on the outside of the front row, and honestly, all the JC Motorsports guys look really strong. Maybe a little bit of help from Michael Kostick. I might see a little bit of some teamwork. I definitely can see where they have really worked on their road course abilities over the last week. I've seen a couple practice sessions being thrown up. They came prepared, and road courses really take that preparation and being ready to go, knowing where to hit your marks and not try to learn it on the fly. And these drivers have been really fast, currently 2nd, 4th, and 5th. Sean Kaiser, I would imagine, would be right up there with them. But had a connection issue. Actually came back in just a few laps ago and has gone right back out, 22 laps down for that 24 machine. So Alex Penn, I got to tell you, man, big props to Alex Penn, who is giving me real-time data about the point standings. There is a possibility, and I'll read this. There is a possibility for David Sheets, who's back here in the 15th position, to make it into the round of 8. We thought that was impossible, but for him to make it, it's going to be a long shot. Kenneth McCullough would need to finish last, which is not possible because Sean Kaiser is out of this race. So don't think this is possible, but this is the scenario. Kenneth McCullough will need to finish last, and Sheets will need to finish second, get the fastest lap, and lead a lap. So I guess he could go up there and win the race, get the fastest lap, and lead a lap, and he could definitely do it. So it's still in his grasp. Now, can he run the fastest lap? I don't know. Peyton Hubbard, his fastest lap is on 1:23.4. David Sheets on 1:28.6. But that's still cool to know that it is possible he makes it in. Just that's a long, long shot. So if you like betting, put $100 on that. Sure, the odds are pretty wild. Currently running 15th, 1 lap down, so you have a lot of work to do to pull that off. So Kenneth McCullough, all he has got to do though is just drive around here, keep the truck on the track, and he'll be fine. He doesn't really have to worry about it. But cool info from Alex Penn. Definitely appreciate that. That's fun to see that real time. It's you know, I do have the ability to have live points as they run. The problem is any league with bonus points, I just can't do it. So bonus points as in stage points, I can't factor those in, not while I'm talking about the race and clicking all the stuff and looking through the timing. I would need another meet. So can't show live points with stage points, but I appreciate Alex Penn feeding me that information. Let's go back to the front. Peyton Hubbard now 11.5 second lead. He's really stinking up the show, if I'm honest. I mean, who do you think you are, Peyton Hubbard, points leader, getting out here winning 2 in a row? Just ridiculous. But he's out here leading, just dominating this race, and no surprise. I mean, everybody kind of knew that was going to happen in iRacing. It's so, man, they're just so weird when they can do it all. You know, you see that in the Cup Series. You know, you got the guys who can do both and do them really well. And iRacing is just so difficult to do that. I think road racing and iRacing can be hit or miss. You don't feel like you're really attached to the track. Sometimes it feels like you're floating on top of it. Of course, you don't have the feel in the seat. You don't really have feel in the steering wheel. Even with force feedback, it can be tough. But, man, I'm just so jealous of guys who are really fast at ovals and also road course. It just makes me mad. Right now, Peyton Hubbard still clicking off 123s as everybody else is in the 125s. Just killing it right now. Ten laps to go. So anything can happen in this race. We've seen all kinds of crazy things. So Peyton Hubbard hasn't won the race yet, so he's got a lot that can happen. But so if you're Lucas Lyons, you're going to keep pushing that 25 truck. Want to stay ahead in second, just in case Peyton. I mean, he could drop his internet connection. He could his wheel could die. I mean, his monitors could blink out. I mean, there's so many things that go wrong. So. Eric Parks comes down pit road here. Everybody's got to make one more stop, so this is, I think this is a planned pit stop. But we'll see if these guys come back down pit road anytime soon. I don't think they can make it on fuel. I think Peyton said in his interview that they would have to make 2 stops regardless of when they pitted. So expecting to see Peyton Hubbard come down pit road at some point. Here comes Lucas Lyon. Gives up that second position to make his stop. They'll take 4 tires and fuel. Sometimes taking 4 tires gives you colder tires, and you know it's almost better sometimes to stay out and just keep the same set you had on. It just depends on what you're driving, how the tire fall off is. go out there on new tires, gets loose, or just not able to get the grip on the front tires, doesn't want to turn, takes a couple laps to get the tire temp up where it needs to be. And so but Lucas, 4 tires, fuel, he is back underway, gonna blend in. Looks like the 4th position. He'll get a couple laps to really lay down some burners, but you don't want to don't want to put yourself in too big of an issue. No matter how many laps you pick, I mean, you're not going to make up that time. So got John Mollahan, Jim Kaufman making their stop, and here comes your points leader and race leader Peyton Hubbard. Talking about Peyton Hubbard a little bit, when I came into this series, and I came in late, I hadn't been here the whole season, and Peyton, man, just having a tough run when I first joined him. He had, I think, 5 wins on the season when I joined, or 4 wins or something like that. I mean, just had a nice amount of wins over the regular season. And then when I came in, man, just a tough few races. But here the last couple weeks when the playoff starts, boy, he really turned it up a notch and is back to form as he wins Bristol. A great race at Bristol, and then here it's just dominating here towards the end of this thing. So here are your playoff scenarios for Eric Parks and David Sheets. I'll go over both with them. So Eric Parks, right in front of him, he's got Michaela Steffens. He's got to put Michaela into the wall, completely destroy their car, or truck, excuse me, so they're out of it. Then he's got to drive up to Brian Terry, and he's got to completely move him out of the way and destroy his truck. Then he's got to drive up to Christopher Barrett, Daniel Cunningham, Lucas Lyons, Peyton Hubbard, and Cody Anderson, do the same thing. He's got to just totally wipe them out. And then he can win the race as, Michaela's going to get loose there. And Eric Parks, trying to avoid Michaela, is going to slam hard into the right side. I said you're supposed to wreck Michaela, not yourself, as he just goes down to the inside wall and just clobbers that 73 machine. So already a tough race for somebody that's outside the playoffs. Eric trying to get into, trying to make good of it, and just plows the right side of that truck. But he keeps going. But yeah, he have to go all the way up to the front, just wreck everybody, take them all out, and win the race. That's his only path. So let's talk about Eric Parks has a meatball, and that'll do it for the 73. So he's going to drive through the chicane. He might be trying it. Here he goes. It might be time to do it. He's going to go up there and just take everybody out. Nah, he's going to have a meatball. He's going to have to come down pit road and serve that, which he can get some required repairs. He'll be back out there, but he'll go a couple laps down most likely, and that'll be it for him. David Sheets, who is 2 laps down, he's got to do the same thing. He's going to go up there and just completely take out. He might can slow down and just take everybody out and win the race. That's about his only shot. So those are the scenarios for these two to make it into the playoffs. I think it's going to be tough. After the final pit stop, Peyton Hubbard, 14.4 second lead over Lucas Lyons. He's going to cross the line here for lap 34. That Toyota is, man, just knocking it out of the park here tonight. Clean, no damage, been able to stay out of trouble. Obviously starting on pole gives you a lot of opportunities. He was right there in the bottom of that little 3 wide situation in turn 1 and able to avoid any contact. And so far has had an event-free race. Flips the stage, but I'm not even sure he really needed to do that. Oh, he's gonna make that little contact there. He's been doing that all race long, so I'm pretty sure that is purposefully done. We see that at Bristol, the Bristol bounce, is what they call it, where you go up into the middle of the corner and bounce the right side off the outside wall, which helps turn the car back down the straightaway. So it's not the only place we see something like this where he's using that wall as a way to help that car turn. I mean, hey, look, it's racing. Take every advantage you can possibly get. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. He can do it. Everybody else can do it too. It's just he can afford to take that risk and damage that 51 machine, and he goes out of the race. He don't care. He's locked in. Now, Daniel Cunningham has moved himself into the 3rd position. Cody Anderson trying to fight back, but Daniel Cunningham does the undercut on Cody. Comes out, lays down a couple of fast laps, and now Cody all over the back bumper trying to retake that podium position. So right now, Daniel Cunningham, if he wants his podium spot, which comes with an interview with VSRN, he's got to fight hard here. 5 laps, the toughest 5 laps he's ever done. Is, man, Cody Anderson has been on fire here tonight. It's a great run through that corner. Going down to the second half. This is the scariest part of the track for me. It's just so hard to make that turn right there. Cody does a fantastic job. Going to look down to the left side. Oh, make a little contact as they're going back up on the oval. Both of them being very aggressive. Oh, as Cody gets a little bit loose there. Almost gets sideways. He does a little bit. As you can see, he's really trying to put the pressure on Cunningham as Barrett Morton is coming. Boy, that dude is mad as a hornet as Cody drops the hell out of it down into the corner and just takes over that 3rd position like a man. Now Barrett Morton gonna set his sights on that 08 as well. Daniel Cunningham did a great job with that undercut. But Cody, man, you know, hey, we're talking about Peyton Hubbard being good on these. Barrett completely missed the chicane there, but we talk about Peyton Hubbard being really good at these road courses, but I mean, Barrett showing his strength here tonight. He's driven all the way. He got taken out there on that lap 1, turn 1 wreck, and has driven himself back up into the 5th position. I mean, just an incredible run out of that 9. It just makes you think, what if he was able to make it into this round, what he could have done here tonight, even with that spin. He definitely seems like he is a fish in water as I'm watching his lines and stuff through this interior part of the track, and he is really smooth with it. Somebody went wide there. That's the 06 of David Sheets. Go down to the inside track. It's sort of an awkward angle into that backstretch chicane. I gotta admit, great race for a road course here tonight. Normally they get spread out, boring with not a whole lot of talk about. That has not been the case here. As we'll check out this battle. This is between 11th and 12th. Kenneth McCullough has been right around that 11th position all night long, but now going to have to be holding off Brian Terry, who is running in 12th. More good information from Alex Penn. When we hit 2 laps to go, Sheets will be out. Eric Martins is back on the track, so it's possible that just some sort of, oh my goodness, Brian Terry, I hope he got a mouthpiece in, because he's going to have some dental work he's got to get taken care of after this race. And man, that was a tough bounce out of the chicane. He's going to lose a little bit of ground to Kenneth here. This guy's a lap down, but still trying to stay in it. Back up to Peyton Hubbard, 28.5 second lead over second place Lucas Lyons. Now Lucas going to have some interesting, got some battling maybe here with a couple laps to go. Lucas had a really, really bad lap last time of 132. We obviously had some sort of issue. Let's actually go back and see. We'll do a quick replay here and see what happened. The replay right here and see, oh, it just gets a little hot in the corner and does a half spin, gets backed up and gets it back rolling, and that allowed Cody Anderson to get caught up. Now look here. We got a battle for second place with just a couple laps to go as Eric Parks goes into the wall. But Peyton Hubbard going to come down and take two to go here at the Roval. That eliminates David Sheets from contention of the playoff in one more lap. When they take the white flag, Eric Parks is out too. I know that doesn't really make sense, but I do like that Alex Penn was giving me some information like that, and that's pretty cool, so that's really helpful. So I'm going to say it. But here we go. We're going to go back and watch this battle. Here comes Cody Anderson trying to take second position away from Lucas Lyon, who we saw do a half spin there that last lap. Are those tires cooked, those rear tires? Are they going to be able to cool down? Cody Anderson, half a second faster that last lap. He is 7/10 away. Can he get that second position before the end of this race? He's got a couple laps to get it done. It's so tough. You want to try to push that gas a little bit harder, drive a little bit deeper, change what you've been doing. You see just how close they're getting to that wall. My goodness, it's at 25 all sideways. You're going to go up. Doesn't quite tap that wall. You can see the difference there. Cody Anderson got really close to the wall but didn't tap it. But you saw Peyton Hubbard tap the wall, and that helps him turn the truck. And there it is. White flag is out here for Peyton Hubbard. 31-second lead for the driver of the 51 machine. That Toyota has been on fire here tonight. No surprise, as he's looking to make it 2 in a row here in the playoffs. And what momentum that's going to be going into the round of 8. One more trip through the infield here. It's going to get ready to come back out onto NASCAR. NASCAR 1. Oh, if he's blinking out, or if that's me. I'm blinking out. Got a chicane to hit. Go back up on the oval again. One more chicane, so 2 chicanes and 1 big old oval. That's all he's got left. Coming off of NASCAR Oval 2, he goes down into the final chicane, and Peyton Hubbard gonna win here at the Roval. Go check out this battle for second. They're on the backstretch now, going into the next to last chicane. You see a little bit of tire smoke from Cody Anderson as he's really pushing it to try to get to the back bumper. Is Daniel Cunningham hoping to see some fireworks and maybe sneak on by, but Lucas got a 0.4 second lead going into this final chicane. Will Cody do anything? He's going to really drive it down in there, but not going to be close enough as they come out of the chicane. Almost make a little bit of contact, but Lucas Lyon going to be able to take that second place, and Cody Anderson takes home that last and final podium position. And with that checkered flag, unfortunately, Eric Parks, who started up at the front, had that first initial contact, never was able to recover. That 73 machine will be eliminated from the playoffs, and he will end his championship run here tonight at the Roval. David Sheets as well. I mean, great job by those guys. I mean, just incredible seasons. I mean, you make it to the round of 12 in a series this competitive. You've got to feel really good about yourself. And David Sheets, Eric Parts, no slouches, as, man, they had a great season, but they will not move on. So, congratulations to the top 8, and that is Peyton Hubbard, Chad Ross, Daniel Cunningham, Christopher McCullough, John Mollahan, Lucas Lyons, Sean Kaiser, and Kenneth McCullough are your round of 8. So congratulations to those drivers. Sean Kaiser, who had just had a nightmare beginning, but I just wonder if he didn't want to run this race because he kind of just plowed it, and he didn't need to. He just needed to start the race, and he was good. So I think Sean did exactly what he needed to do, and he's going to make it into the round of 8. So congratulations to those 8 drivers, and let's go through the results here as we'll see where everybody ended up. Peyton Hubbard, Lucas Lyon, Cody Anderson, your top 3. Daniel Cunningham comes home in 4th. Barrett Morton recovers after that initial contact on lap 1, turn 1, comes home with a top 5. Christopher McCullough in 6th. Michaela Steffes in 7th. Chad Ross in 8th. Jim Kaufman comes home in 9th. John Mollahan in 10th. In 11th is Kenneth McCullough. Brian Terry in 2nd. Eric Parts in 13th. 14th is David Sheets. 15th, Jeremy Vaughn. 16th, Michael Cole. 17th, Stephen Page. 18th, Sean Kaiser. And Jeremiah Hobbs just started the race. And I don't know if he ever turned many laps. Well, all righty. Well, let's get these interviews rolling here. Excited to talk to these guys and see what they thought about this race. And, for Peyton Hubbard, he obviously was out to just a massive lead for majority of the race. Talked to him at the end of that stage break, but we'll talk to these guys and see what they thought about how this car and track combo, and then talk a little bit about their playoffs. And, might be a good time to try to get as many playoff drivers if we can. So if y'all are listening and you're in the top 8, wouldn't mind talking to y'all. See if I can make that happen. Not everybody's going to do it, but we'll try to get as many top 8 drivers that can stick around. Some of them probably need to leave as soon as possible. We'll see if we can't get them to bounce around and see what they think about the final round of 8 here. But we're going to start with Cody Anderson first, as we will always want to start with our podium finishers. And we'll get Cody Anderson up into the booth. And Cody Anderson, 3rd place is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Well, man, what a great race for you, man. I mean, you started up near the front, started in 4th, and kind of had that calamity go on in turn 1 and able to get through all of that. And you were right up there in the top 3 all race long. Daniel Cunningham there on that last pit stop jumped you, but you were able to get back around him and sort of run down Lucas as he had a half spin. And y'all had a fantastic battle on that final lap. Tell me, on that last lap, what did you need to get around that 25 machine?
Honestly, I was just looking for the final corner dive, but he just happened to get a better launch out of the backstretch chicane and pulled too far away. And I had a couple X's to play, so I kind of cut the first blue turtle on the last chicane and was able to get right up to his bumper, but wasn't enough to get by him.
Well, I mean, just a great race for you. I mean, you seem to take to this track really well. I mean, as far as road courses go, what's your opinion of the Roval? Do you think it fits anywhere on the schedule? Do you like it as a track? Does it fit a stock car? What's your opinion of the Roval?
I mean, it's fun to run. I mean, it does take a lot to get used to. I put in a decent amount of practice laps to get ready for tonight, and I'll put in a bunch for Wednesday night. But I think the trucks definitely are good on the Roval. I wish they would run them in real life. I think it'd be pretty awesome to see them running around.
Well, I mean, y'all made a pretty good case of it tonight. Maybe not turn 1, of lap 1. But the rest of the race went really well. It looks like y'all were having fun. Honestly, it looked like the setup there was pretty stable. I've seen some road course setups in these trucks that are really out of shape for most of the track, but the overcast, the lower track temp, and the setup seemed to be really, really good. And man, you were able to battle back there and get back to third place, and almost had second there at the end, but came up a little bit short, but still a great finish for you, man. So as always, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Just want to say thanks to Glaspie and Rickman Law Firm, WJM Motorsports, Claude Haggerty, Super Sponsor Man, Extreme Sim Racing. Use code WJM at checkout and get a discount there. And then say thanks to you for all the broadcasting that you've been doing.
Well, we're glad to do it. But there you have it. Third place, Cody Anderson. I'm gonna kind of push through these because we want to talk to as many playoff drivers as we can. But we're gonna give you all the goods from the top 3. But Lucas Lyons there in second place, almost got taken by Cody Anderson, but able to hang on to it. And Lucas, you were driving. You did the best you could. You won the stage, but 34 seconds was the difference there, and a little half spin to send you to the next round. Talk a little bit about that spin as we're watching it right here. What happened there?
So, you know my nickname's Short Bus, and I did a little short bus activity right there, and I was talking to Daniel and Barrett, and I lost track of what gear I was in, downshifted to first, and I was definitely kicking myself in the heel right there because I thought I gave up second so bad, and if I didn't downshift to first, it's probably going to be more of a 20-second win, but like, hey, Peyton's way too fast. He probably plays Madden on freaking rookie. That's basically what it's like when every time we come to a road course, it's a race for second place because he's just that good.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a fun race for second place, especially when you have spun. It made it interesting. So, but man, congratulations! You move on to the next round. You had a great showing here, so definitely the practice that y'all put in definitely showed. I mean, JC Motorsports looked really strong here tonight. But man, moving on to the next round, you got to feel pretty confident. Where's your head at as you move into the next round of 8?
My only goal right now is to score as many team points as I possibly can because I do not think I'll be able to finish the rest of the season. I just got a new job, and it's something I couldn't turn down. So I know I'm good until Darlington, but after that, it's kind of a blank sheet. So I'm just here to score points for JC and hopefully bring home the team championship. But other than that, man, I mean, I'm just gonna try to run well and race how I'll always race and not race any different.
Well, all right. There you have it. Second place finisher. Lucas, tell me who you got to thank. Any sponsor shout outs?
I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my dad. Thanks for watching. I know I send this broadcast to you probably way too many times. I want to thank E-Racing Designs, all my friends who watch, Fungus, 213 Simware, Fearless Creations, Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, and yeah, I think that's it. And all the JC guys. It sucks that Sean couldn't race because of PC issues, but which hopefully he can get that resolved for Darlington because he's probably going to be the one to beat there.
There you have it. Your second place finisher, Lucas Lyons, with a fantastic race and close call there at the end, but able to hold on to get that position. But 2 in a row here in the playoffs. You locked yourself into the round of 8 twice. I didn't know that was possible with a 34-second lead over Lucas in second place. I mean, does this feel good stinking up the joint like this?
It's a little better than how last season went. It feels good going into the next 2. I think still need to work a little bit on Darlington, but Martinsville's still one that I like to run at. So the next 2 are looking good, and I'm just excited to get another win here and not have to worry about any points. But now we got to do it all again.
Yep. Well, I mean, I asked Cody Anderson this, and I want your opinion as well. Where does the Roval sit as far as in your ranking of NASCAR road courses that they go to? Where would you rank the Roval?
Really, it's I like Watkins Glen's my favorite. I wish we would have ran there this season. Watkins Glen, and then I think it's a toss up between Coda and the Roval. Then after that, all the other ones that we run. Not really a big fan of Mid Ohio or we don't even have Portland on the sim. So, but yeah, I think it's a tie with Coda for second on my list, right behind Watkins Glen.
All right. Well, there you have it. Your winner, Peyton Hubbard. You're moving on to the next round. You've got a lot of momentum behind you. Good luck in the next round. And who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs here tonight?
Yeah, man. NLR again. Those guys at Next Level Racing. The guys I shout out every week. It's Jeremy again, just having some tough luck, dude. I know that as long as he just keeps at it, something's gonna happen. But I'd like to thank all those guys. Cody, Drew couldn't make it tonight, but all the guys at WJM. We started with them, and it's good to get them some team points. Try to get as many as we can, and just thanks to everybody.
Well, there you have it. Your winner here tonight at the Roval, Peyton Hubbard, who scores max points with that win, but he didn't need them. He just stole a bunch of points from everybody, and that's what you got to do in the playoffs, man. You got to take these points from these fellas. Well, all right. Well, that is it for the top three, but I do want to talk to some of these playoff drivers if there are some still left. Looks like Kenneth McCullough has called it quits. Sean Kaiser, obviously, after a tough night, not wanting to talk to anybody. But we're going to bring in John Mollahan into the booth now. John, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy? John Mollahan, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy? We'll come back to John. We'll get Christopher McCullough in here real quick. Chris, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, hey, man, talk a little bit about your race tonight. First off, congratulations on making it to the round of 8. But you're able to come home with a 6th place finish. At first I thought, oh, he's struggling after that first little caution as you fell back, and then you kind of roared back, was really battling those guys. How'd your race go tonight?
It was pretty good. I had a good time. I'm just not consistent. I don't turn enough laps on road courses. I can usually, if I hit my marks, I can turn a quick lap, but I just struggle with consistency.
Well, you're able to come away with the 6th place finish. You didn't need it. You're already pretty much locked into the playoffs moving forward. But here you are in the round of 8, and the next couple laps. I mean, what a round we've got coming up. Darlington and Martinsville. Tell me, what's your thoughts about the next couple races trying to get into that championship 4?
I'm really looking forward to these next 2 races. Darlington's one of my favorite tracks. Between Bristol and Darlington, they're my 2 best tracks, I would say. And I'm decent at Martinsville. It kind of depends on the setup if I burn the tires up or not. But I'm looking forward to this round. I think I got a good shot to make it to the top 4, as long as I don't make no mistakes.
Well, all right. Well, man, congratulations on making the round of 8. Is who you got to thank? Any sponsors, shout outs that help you get you in that round of 8?
Yeah, I got to thank McCullough Motorsports, my teammates, for running with me and listening to my whiny ass all the time. I got to thank you for broadcasting. Also got to thank everybody that runs this league. I know some people have definitely stepped up, and I do appreciate it. And everybody that's watching, I hope y'all keep tuning in. It's going to be a good, fun next couple weeks.
There you have it. Round of 8 driver Christopher McCullough comes home in 6th place tonight. Let's see if we got John Mollahan in chat now. John, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
There he is. There he is. All right. Well, that O2 machine was it's got a little bit of dents and dings on the front end of it, but you're able to come home with the top 10 tonight, and you're into the round of 8. How good does it feel after a long season like this to make it into the round of 8 and have a chance to battle it out for a championship here with just 3 races remaining?
Oh, man, first off, it's an honor to even be in the conversation with some of these drivers out there. Been thinking about this race all day long and really, honestly, feel fortunate to come home with the position that we did. But I really kind of felt like we had a top 5 truck out there until we had that incident with Eric Parks. But either way, regardless, we'll take the outcome and move on to the next one.
Well, the next one's Darlington, and then you got Martinsville. I've been asking everybody the same questions. How do we feel about Darlington and Martinsville? Do you like those tracks? It makes you nervous. What's the feeling going into that round?
Give me the homestead, baby. We'll hit the test track this week. Obviously, we'll be hitting it a little extra. We're so deep into this playoff run, and I think we'll be able to field a decent car. Again, our focus is just to make it to the end. All we have to do is get to Homestead, and we can contend.
That's right. Well, congratulations on your top 10 tonight. You're moving on to the next round. Who you got to thank?
Oh man, obviously both my sons, Jackson Carter, my old lady Brittany, everybody at Canal Valley Key and Fob, and Will Jewelry Alone, everybody over at Team McCullough, you guys in the booth. Love this league, love this network, and really having a blast.
There you have it. 10th place finisher, but a round of 8 driver, John Mollahan here tonight. Let's talk to the next driver on deck, and that's Daniel Cunningham. Daniel, is Eddie in the booth? You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Eddie.
Man, pretty good race for you. I mean, you punted a couple people. You punted somebody into the barrels at the pit road. But come home, you're able to dodge that wreck in lap 1, turn 1 by coming to a complete stop and having nowhere to go and having to go all the way to the back, and then fought back to a 4th place finish. And had Lucas and Cody maybe made a little contact, you might be sitting there in second. But an eventful race for you. You were around a lot of battling all race long. Did you have a good time out there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like the Charlotte Roval. Definitely hate what happened with the 56 on the stage caution. I jumped up and apologized to him in his team chat. I felt like a jerk for running him over like that. I just wasn't. I didn't accurately anticipate his breaking point. I'd been driving it in a little bit deeper, but that's on me. It's not up to him to anticipate where I'm going to break at. It's the other way around. So, hate that happened for him. But yeah, I mean, eventful race. Luckily, I was able to dodge the chaos on lap 1 because I just didn't really have anywhere to go. So the only thing I could do is hold the brake and pray to Dale that nobody sent me to see Dale. So, yeah, just all in all, I'm glad that I was able to recover and had a good points night and good team points night for us too.
Hell yeah. Well, you did that, and you seem like in JC Motorsports seemed like they're really strong tonight. I mean, talk a little bit about the effort y'all put in to continue to try to contend for that team championship.
Yeah, that was really our number one goal coming into the night because all of us, like me and Lucas and Sean, they're still in the championship. We were all pretty good to the cut line. We knew it would take something catastrophic. I mean, Sean had his computer issues, but even still, I think he was like 30 points to the good on the cut line with just going out and finishing last tonight and turning a couple laps. But yeah, that was really goal number one. As a team, we've been really strong on road courses throughout the season. So that was definitely priority to try to get that done. And, hopefully next 2 races, next round, we can try to lock 3 of us into the championship 4 and see if we can replicate what JC Motorsports did last season.
All right. Well, looking forward to see how all that plays out. And congratulations on your 4th place finish tonight. Who you got to thank?
Yeah, appreciate you putting on the broadcast. You do a good job with them as always. Thanks to all the people that are helping to run the league and getting everything situated here as we get down towards the end. Thanks to all the JC Motorsports guys, and especially with Kostick. He's helped out a lot with road courses with me. I definitely wouldn't be able to contend top 5 on road courses if it wasn't for the help that he's given me. So definitely appreciate that too.
All right. Well, there you have it. Another round of 8 driver, Daniel Cunningham. I think we're going to get all of them except for Kenneth McCullough. He probably not happy the way I was talking about his driving. So apologize, Kenneth. But come on back in if you want to interview. Well, we're going to get Chad Ross, who's been extremely, extremely patient. Sorry about how long it took us to get to you. But, Chad, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, man, a great race. You come home in 8th. It seemed like you had a lot of speed in that 83 machine. Some contact looked like on the front end of that Wrangler Chevrolet. But none of that really matters as you move on to the next round and you're actually sitting – with the way the Final Four standings look. I mean, you're 2 above the cut line for that. Being a really great season for you. You come into the race tonight 2nd in points. I mean, tell me, how does it feel to get to this point of the season? You put in all the work. Now you're moving on to the round of 8 with a chance to go race for a championship. How does it feel? And what are your thoughts going into the next week at Darlington?
Well, it's really been a relief right now. I'm not a great road racer. I'm decent at it. and I'm kind of an idiot for putting it in the wall there on like lap 4 or 5. I was chasing Chris McCullough into one of the chicanes and locked it up, so I didn't take him out. But thankfully I was able to recover. I knew I only had to get 12th tonight to guarantee a spot, so I just tried to just survive from there. So really looking forward to the next round. I really love racing at Darlington. Darlington and Martinsville are both kind of treacherous tracks. So again, it's about survival, but with only the top 4 moving on, it's about performance too. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, going to be a stout round for sure. Well, looking forward to it. Congratulations on a great season and moving on to this next round, and looking forward to seeing what you do in the next 3 races. Appreciate you being patient, and I know I got you the last one, but I just went up the list. Appreciate that. And as always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout-outs?
Yeah, thanks for Wrangler for all the money they're sending me for being on my truck. But hey, thanks to you for the great job you guys are doing, man. You guys have awesome graphics on your broadcasts. Thanks to Jason and Alex and Cody and everybody else for Bluegrass. Really love racing with these guys, man. It's our first year in this league, and it's really fun. I think I've said several times is you got to race your ass off for 10th in this league, and love doing it. Love racing with them. Thanks to all my guys on Team 3. Sorry, my buddy Eric Parks had a rough night, and he was honestly having some brake issues. I swear it was mechanical and not driver error, because he's probably the best driver on our team, and he would have been up there fighting forward. He'd have been up there in this top 4 had he not had to miss a couple of races for being on vacation. But thanks to him and Steven and Jim and Michaela and everybody else on the team, and I just want to say hi to my dad who's watching at home.
Well, there you have it. A shout out for Dad. You love to see that. Chad Ross, your final driver. Now, that's 7 drivers we got in the final 8. Kenneth McCullough, looking to see he is gone for sure. So we'll try to catch up with him next week and see what he thinks about the next few races. But man, what a great show that was tonight. Roval delivered tonight. I think was a lot of fun. And Peyton Hubbard just kicked their rear ends. So, all right, guys, want to thank all y'all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We're so close to breaking that 500 mark. It doesn't really mean anything. You're not going to get any money out of it, but it sure does seem like a lot of fun to hit 500 subscribers. And, that just helps when you have that many subscribers to, you got a league that's on there. You see a couple other races on the channel, and you think, oh man, I'm gonna go check out that league. Maybe they come check out yours. So definitely hit that subscribe button if you're on Bluegrass TV. Head on over to VSRN, V-Speed Racing Network. Subscribe over there. If you're on V-Speed Racing Network, you know what to do. Go over to Bluegrass, subscribe to them, show them some love as we broadcast on both channels at the same time. Come on. But, all right, guys. Well, that's it for the Roval. We're going into Darlington next week, which should be super fun. I can't wait for that. One of my favorite tracks on the service and in real life as well. So, be exciting. Y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all next week.